Let me ask you a couple of questions.
So I just sat here like, okay, you can go now.
Because you're so deep.
I am very deep.
Which, I don't know if people get that right away. They don't realize how deep you are. It probably happens with me too, but as I get older and I'm on my social media, they do. But you're very deep, which I love. So when did you start?
Getting deep?
Getting deep with it. When did you start comedy?
Oh, God. It was like, I was 19.
Really?
Yeah, I was a baby. I'm 40
you've
now.
been doing it for 5 years.
Yeah, thank you.
So you were, so you started at 19 in New York?
In Boston, actually. I was working
You're a Boston head too?
I'm not from there, but I moved there. I was there for about 4 years.
The greatest comics are all from Boston.
Greatest.
And Canada.
Greatest.
Yeah, of all time.
Yes. It's bizarre. But someone was like, you're funny. You should try comedy. And I knew about comedy because I used to watch specials and everything with my father, but I grew up in Syracuse, New York. There wasn't a huge art culture there. There wasn't a huge performance culture there. So I didn't know it was something I could actually do myself. I just knew it was something other people did. So when I moved to Boston, this kid said, you should try it, and I did. And
why did you move to Boston?
For a boy.
Oh, God.
I was a baby.
And you were out of school?
Out of school. I went.
You didn't go to college?
I studied anthropology and photography for like 2 years. And then I was like, people suck, and I can't take pictures of, steel great gates anymore and birds and trees, so I'm going to leave.
Where did you go?
I went to Boston.
Where did you go to
Syracuse.
college? You went to Syracuse.
Oh, yeah, Onondaga Community College.
So you went to community college?
Yeah, community college. It was $90 per credit hour. It was so cheap.
That's a beautiful early O2 prices.
Oh, God, so cheap.
So then you went, and then you moved there for a dude.
Yeah, for a fella.
And then
I found comedy in Boston, like within 4 months of moving.
And started doing it?
Just doing like shows at this place called the Cantab Lounge. They had a performance space underneath there called the Third Rail, and we performed there. I took a writing course for like 6 months with a bunch of other new comics.
So you had no idea you were going to do it?
I had no idea, and then it just happened, and it became a place for me to funnel all of my anxiety. I'm not like someone who grew up with an extremely tragic past, but I definitely had anxieties and things that happened that made me want to talk to people, and it just happened. I just found it and never turned back. And I had this thought recently where I said this out loud. I don't know if you have a lot of epiphanies about yourself on psilocybin. I do. And I had this thought. I go, why am I doing comedy? Because I love it. But once in a while, I'll question it. I think it's good to question what you're doing to see if you're aligned, to check in with yourself and see if the path you're on is one that you can say is fulfilling and that you can step out in the world and know that you're stepping in a direction that you want to go in. Mm-hmm. I think so many people live with frivolity. They don't even consider the moves they're making, and if those moves are helping you get to where you want to go, you're just going. Mm-hmm. People are just like racehorses in that sense, just like another peg in the machine.
I call it hamster wheel.
Hamster wheel as well.
Mm-hmm.
All those analogies. Beta fish in a tank.
Mm-hmm. NPCs.
Yes. A fruit fly flying around a banana.
Mm-hmm.
Things like that. And
we had a lot of analogies there. White on rice. So you had an epiphany.
Had an epiphany that I had created a career off of a survival skill, which was making people laugh. I made people laugh in my household because it was a little bit of a tumultuous household. Not bad, just my parents argued.
Yes.
And so I was the peacekeeper, and I was the people pleaser, and I learned the skill of making people laugh to combat the energy and chaos in the home.
Totally.
And that survival skill became a career. I don't know that that's so healthy. I don't know if that's something that I chose. I think it's just something that I had to do. Do you understand what I'm saying?
100%. You had to do it. Exactly.
It was survival for growing up. And now,
disarming situations.
Yes. And now that I don't want extra attention or feel like I need that attention. And also I'm living more, being more authentic in the sense I'm just going with how I feel and being honest about what situations, how situations make me feel and how I want to react to them. Just being more authentic. I'm having a very interesting relationship with stand-up because your stand-up essentially reflects where you're at in your life. If that's the type of stand-up you do, if you're not doing like a shtick, you don't have like a thing.
An act.
An act.
Yes.
I can't. Who's got an act? Maybe like Maniscalco. It's the Italian act. It's all about the Italian stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Not that he doesn't believe and feel those things, but it's all encased in this thing.
Mm-hmm.
So now that I'm evolving and feeling like I want to be more authentic, I'm finding my footing on stage and I'm kind of having like a fight, like a marital, what do they call those? Like
a dispute.
Marital dispute with my relationship with stand up.
Can you see yourself not doing it?
Oh, absolutely. I can see myself with an Etsy page.
You said that so quick. And doing what? Bedazzling?
Custom dog stuff.
Wow.
People love spending money on their pets.
100%.
And I think also people love spending money on their pets to compensate for how much they hate people.
100%.
So there's a lot of money in that.
People will. I had an amazing acting coach, Prophet, once. And remember the big Exxon Valdez?
I don't know half of those words you just said. So I'm going to.
You said something big earlier. A big word. Do you know what the Exxon Valdez was?
No, what's that?
Do you know what Exxon is?
The gas?
Yes.
Okay. What's Valdez? Sounds like a designer.
Designer. Yo, you got those new Valdezes? The Valdez. I guess you were too young. You were probably like 8.
Thank you.
And it was a huge oil tanker. And I want to say 1990 or 89, it was ripped open. And I don't know if it was Alaska. It was somewhere in I think it was Alaska. And it basically just covered like 20 miles of, maybe not Alaska, maybe like somewhere in America, but 20 miles of just like wildlife. And it just wiped it out. And tons of, the environment was completely fucked. And animals died and fish died and all this stuff. And it was like due to negligence. There was a duck that was covered in oil. And it was like this duck. And it was like, and it was the cover of Time magazine. It was everywhere. And it was like, this is an atrocity. It was like the early, like, whatever the movement is, climate change movement. That's like kind of where it started. And it was this duck that was like dripping oil. And it was like, and my teacher was brilliant. He's like, people care more about that duck, but they'll step over a homeless person every day.
Yep. The
duck can't talk. The duck can't pay taxes. Not that all homeless people or any homeless people paying taxes. The duck can't communicate. The duck isn't. And their argument is that, hey, it's a helpless duck, which it is. But there's a lot of people that are helpless. So people will choose animals all the time, and it's a way to actually disconnect.
Absolutely.
They cannot connect because if they did, they'd cry all day or they'd be mad, and they just, take a vape. No offense if you vape.
I don't vape.
And they fucking look, they just look the other way. And it's that you're right. The animal thing is a big escape.
It is. It's definitely a deviation from responsibility.
I used to do a joke about dogs, and people get so mad because dogs have more fucking rights in cafes than we do now.
Can I vent about that?
Of course you can.
I have three dogs.
People with animals are sad and pathetic. I have 6 Pikachus, a small feral cat, a mouse. I hate people with animals. I have an earthworm.
I have an earthworm named Larry.
Oh my God.
Lair Bear is one of my best friends.
Lair Bear.
Lair Bear the earthworm. I have 3.
You're going to quit comedy and become an animal lady. Go ahead.
I already am an animal lady.
Mm-hmm.
I had 2 dogs. I've had 2 dogs for the better part of 10 years. And
are they therapy? Well, there are. The therapy thing's real in the sense that if a right animal makes you feel good.
Animals make people live 7 years longer on average.
Is that true?
Yes, because you're more active. And you have companionship and you're responsible for something other than yourself.
Is that a real fact?
It's a real fact.
I believe that.
I mean, think about just having a partner. People last longer.
Well, sometimes you get killed.
Sometimes you get killed. I mean, if you wrong your bitch and you live in a suburb of someplace in Florida, you're gonna get dead. You're gonna get dead.
Or Victorville.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying.
Or Curtis, Ohio.
Exactly.
You're gonna get dead.
You're gonna get dead.
Don't cross your bitch.
Don't cross a biatch.
But I do have animals, and I love them. I meant to have 2, but I'm defending myself because 3 sounds like a fucking emotional problem. 1 was for my dad.
Okay.
Who had said he wanted a dog for a couple months. And so I found and curated this animal for his lifestyle and presented her to him on Father's Day, made a big to-do about it in front of my family, surprised him, brought him the dog, and he goes, oh, I didn't really want one. And I couldn't return her. I had already bonded with her and trained her. So I was like, oh, well, I guess this is the recipe that was missing for me dying alone. Now I'm for sure dying alone because I have 3 dogs. But I say all that to say I love dogs. I have 3. Well aware that it is an alarming amount of animals. But I can't stand out here. It happens nowhere else in the world or in the fucking country. And if it does, email me and let me know if this is a problem. Because I need to know where else this is fucking happening.
Okay.
People who bring their pets into the gosh darn grocery store. Why?
Oh, God.
Why? In an outfit.
I don't think pets should ever leave the yard. But I'm really aggressive with it. But
we don't need them at restaurants.
No.
We don't need them at fucking farmers markets.
No.
We for sure as hell don't need them in the cereal aisle at the produce at the fucking grocery store.
Is it having a vest though? Is it an emotional support animal?
I don't give a shit.
And
we all have emotional problems in the grocery store.
Yeah, we do.
We all have problems.
Things run out and you get mad.
Yes.
There's not that one truffle mac and cheese at Trader Joe's.
Service animals excluded, obviously.
No, but these are service animals.
It's a different service.
Oh, you mean talking about blind?
I'm talking about disability.
Old school service animals where it was like you wouldn't be able to get out of your house without the dog.
Yes.
That's, no offense, that's a real service animal.
Right, if you're mentally disabled.
But now it's like I'm having a bad mental health day. I need to bring my
that's
Shih Tzu everywhere.
I don't understand, like, excluding service animals. I don't understand if you're bringing a pet into the store that's just a pet.
Mm-hmm.
If it's just your dog, it's so rude and gross. I don't need to see a basset hound when I'm trying to pick out my sardines.
Ooh, here's the clip. Here's the clip. I can see the outrage.
I'm pissed.
I'm getting so good at this because I'm telling you right now that is going to piss people off.
I know it is, and
I'm glad at.
I have 3 dogs.
Yes, you have 3 dogs. Are they big?
And they're all adopted.
Okay, so you're a good person.
I'm a good person.
So you have 3 dogs.
I've had 7 or 8 of my own animals.
Jesus Christ, you really are a hoarder. You're an animal hoarder.
So come at me.
You don't do the peanut butter thing, right?
I mean, what?
Okay, good.
No.
Good. Okay.
I don't do what most people do. I treat my animals like animals first.
Yes.
By their breed second, and then as a pet third.
Yes.
They're animals.
Yes.
They're not allowed on my bed unless I'm sick or really, really tired.
Good.
And they're not allowed on my couch or furniture. They're on the floor and they have crates at night.
First of all, the peanut butter thing was a joke.
I'm still questioning it.
You fucking wait a minute. This is incredible. So you're what we call an amazing dog owner.
Am I?
Yes, because
I have 3. I think it's
you have 3 dogs. They're not allowed in your bed.
Mm-mm.
They're not allowed on the furniture. Do they listen to you?
They do relatively well unless they spend a lot of time with someone else who allows them to do those things, which sometimes happens because I have other people who watch my animals while I'm gone and traveling, and I get them back and I can tell that there's an issue.
And then that person
gets dead.
Yeah.
TLC. Well, not TLC. They don't kill people on TLC. Dateline.
Oxygen.
Yeah. People die on that a lot.
Snapped.
Yeah. Snapped. That's a great show.
It's great. It's scary. Wait, I want to go back to the animals in the aisles because I'm with you.
It sends a river of fury through my being.
Because...
Should I say furry?
I love puns. Puns are funny.
I love puns too. It's nerdy.
I hate the fact that people hate on puns. Wait, so I hate it. I mean, I'm actually might be more tolerant than you, and I get annoyed. I hate it if there's like a barking dog, or the one dog is barking at the other dog, or if the dog is sniffing on me, and I always think it's gonna headbutt my dong. You know what I'm saying? It like hurts.
Like other people when you're walking and their dog is in.
I don't
your
hate
space.
it. I don't. It's not the animal I have a problem with. It's the person that owns the animal.
Well, because they're always the animal is just a manifestation of the owner.
Yes, 100%. It's the vessel of how they are.
So if you have problems with your animal, check yourself.
Exactly. You have a problem. So if you see one in the frozen food aisle at Trader Joe's, you're just like,
I try not to crotchety old woman it, but I do get very frustrated because I don't see the need. And now saying that, Carlin, my pit boxer mix, goes on errands with me, but I keep him in the car. He loves to go. He knows, dogs are smart. They know all of your moves and your subtleties and your, nonverbal communication. They know if you're going to go do something because you don't even realize that you're repeating patterns that indicate if you're going to go to work, go to the gym, or go run errands or what have you. So he knows when I'm going to go run errands, and so he's always by the door like, let's go. I leave him in the back seat. I run into the bank. I come back, drop
with the
off.
window down.
With the window down.
She's got a beautiful Range Rover. The dog's living its
With the
dream.
window down.
Exactly.
They love it. I got a little bed back there for them.
Bam.
They're living their life. Sometimes I'll bring all three, but they stay in the car. They're in the car. And I've done cross-country trips with them, so they're used to it, and they love being in the car. So if anyone smashes a window, you're going to feel a rush of cold air because I've left the AC on for them.
This is like the Four Seasons for dog parking lots.
See, that's where they get a little spoiled.
Wow. So you're doing more than anyone.
If it's a hot day, I will put the windows up. But the point is, Carlin comes with me on errands, but he's not coming with me in these places where other people are busy. There's how many people in this city? 10 million, 9 million? We all got someplace to be. Everyone's in a hurry. Why'd you bring your furry? That's my new bumper sticker.
You just make that up?
I did.
Say that again for the people one more time.
Everybody's in a hurry. Why'd you bring your furry?
Brilliant.
Leave your furry at home.
I'm with you.
This girl would.
It's crazy. You're more annoyed than me, and you own dogs, so I feel like you can say this.
Well, that's why I feel like I have to say it. We need to stop. We have to stop. This girl
This
was
is
in an
like the
outfit.
equivalent of a black person saying the N-word. Does that mean I might have to edit that? You can talk dog talk.
I can talk dog
You're
talk.
saying the D word.
This girl was in a coordinated
Adopted
outfit.
D word. Can I say that?
Yes, I think. She was in a coordinated outfit. And anytime you see a girl in a skin tight coordinated outfit, what's going to come out of her mouth is nothing useful. And it's going to.
Please tell me that's a joke.
I'll make it a joke.
Jesus Christ.
I just said it now.
Sometimes they don't even have to be in a coordinated outfit.
But that is pretty that's an industry standard.
Okay.
And when she opens her mouth, it's going to sound like, yeah. It's going to sound like a door that has no desire or ambition opening. Yeah.
I'm not talking because I'm going to let you get this out. This is another bit. This is a good clip. Go ahead. Yo, you're on fire right now.
I'm ovulating.
Are you ovulating?
Yeah, and I'm always very angry around
Jesus.
this time.
She's getting angry, but the eggs are dropping.
Right. So if people come at me, just know it's basically anti-woman crime.
Isn't ovulating making you like you're happy then?
I don't know. I don't think so.
It's after the flow
the egg
comes.
has dropped. We're close to the flow.
That's when the anger happens.
Yeah, so that's
you're pre-flow.
not to be too descriptive, but just I don't even
So
need to
sweet.
quantify it. This is how I feel.
This is how she feels, and you're allowed to.
But the women in the coordinated outfits always have the dogs.
Okay.
And this most recent dog encounter happened with a girl in a powder blue, skin tight, coordinated outfit.
What supermarket?
It was at a Ralph's in Venice. And her boyfriend had infuriating hair.
Like how?
You know that LA hair that guys have. It's just a flowy fucking hairdo.
Like Beechwood Canyon. listen to me, fucking Biden brain. Beechwood, do you know Oaks Gourmet?
No.
I don't want you to lose your thought. It's all by the birds, you know, birds.
Mm-hmm.
You'll go there at 7 a.m. and get a coffee, and
Oh, wow.
a dude will have like a fedora on.
Fuck him.
And I'll be like, hey, man, what's up? And I'm like, I like your hat. You know, some guy like a random thing. He's like, oh, this old thing?
Only
I'm like,
gentlemen can wear fedoras.
It's 7 a.m. You didn't just this old thing. You're like trying to like stunt at fucking Oaks at 7 a.m. You're pretentious, broke, jet rag fucking liar. Okay? You own no property. You have no bonds, no stocks. Okay? Like, so like I bust him right there. My buddy who's a stunt guy who's also dressed like a bum who works all the time. He's like fucking Fedora Fred. So that's what we call him. But like, so you're saying it was people that are legit or they're posing? I'm
Posers.
getting posers.
Full image.
And what we mean
image.
is posers is people that care about their bullshit, but inside they're broken.
They're so shattered.
Yes.
Inside.
Yes, I love it.
There's very few people.
I do love those type of dudes' hair though.
Oh God, you know it smells like patchouli and yoga mat.
I hate patchouli. I can rant about it. Patchouli. You should never. No one should ever wear patchouli again. It doesn't smell good. It doesn't do anything. I don't know why people do it.
And unless you did like a real soul journey through Peru for 6 months because you had a really bad heroin addiction, you shouldn't smell like patchouli.
Yeah.
You got to be authentic.
Yeah.
If your name's Felicity, don't you dare grab that vial of patchouli and dash it on your fucking wrist. How dare you?
So wait. You're absolutely on fire right now. Powder blue, no pillbox hat.
Just no pillbox hat.
You might get Aunt Flo in the middle of this rant. Go for it.
Can you imagine if I
right
get
there,
up?
right on the edge? Yeah, you get
I'm
up.
on the cusp.
And it's just
I'm on the edge
so
of glory.
So she's got a skin tight blue, and she's got a
Skin tight,
dude.
powder blue, Cornell van, I'm fucking pure white singer. And he's in a fucking linen outfit, and he's got those stupid wooden beads around his neck. Why do you have wooden beads? Are you Buddhist? I'm a Buddhist. Are you, Brad? I want you both to fall in a opening in the street.
Okay, let it out. So what happens? What happened? These fake Buddhists at Ralph's.
Fake Buddhists.
They weren't even at Arrow One.
Fake Buddhists. You know why I knew they were fake Buddhists? They're in front of the dairy section. What are you doing eating dairy?
Yeah.
I thought creatures were all one.
Yeah.
Bro.
It's got to be fucking nutmeg
What about
milk.
pigs are real people too?
Yeah, exactly.
She had 2 dogs on a leash. And they were like twins. I think they were clones. And I that was the last. I was like, I can't do this. I'm like, why are there dogs in the dairy aisle?
When was this?
This was like a week ago.
This is 7 days deep.
I haven't talked about it yet.
You still.
I've been just fermenting on it.
You have been fermenting. You're fermenting right now. You're going to twist some necks.
I was so angry. It wasn't just, and this is nothing against the dogs.
I love it.
I love the dogs.
No, the dogs are the victims.
The dogs. This is not a victimless crime.
The dogs are the victims.
The dogs are the victims, and it was the accumulation of the guy's flowy hair, his beaded necklace, her coordinated outfit, and her lack of any sort of inner like dignity or purpose. That really just threw me, because I know on the inside of her it's a shattered mosaic of treachery and tragedy and undealt with trauma.
I don't want to interrupt. That's why I'm not trying to laugh. Okay.
Don't stop.
Wait a minute.
But I'm a feminist and I love dogs.
But she's a feminist, guys.
I love dogs. I am an animal.
You're describing not a woman or a man. You're not describing humans.
These are not humans.
They're not humans. Can I say something on that?
Yes.
Ooh, God, you just triggered me.
You tell me.
I'm so good. Is that, here's what you just said. I know the exact type. I see them all the time. Here's what I say. You know what they are? They're humorless.
Ugh.
If you have no sense of humor, get out of Ralph's.
Get out of Ralph's. Get in your car.
Yes.
Aim your car towards a ledge
Yes.
and just keep going.
Take Mulholland. Take Laurel all the way up Mulholland.
Full speed.
Yes.
Actually, no, we don't want you to hurt other people.
And try, yeah. But when you get to that light at the top, make a right, and then you're going to see Lookout Point. Make a left. Make sure there's nobody on the bench, and just keep going.
Thelma and Louise that shit with you and your... Actually, no, not the dog. Let the dog out.
Let the dogs out.
Who let the dogs out?
Oh, she's on fire. Wait, I was going to add this too. This is before your time. Or Chips It.
Chips It.
Chips or Thelma and Louise that shit. And just say, start it over. Because...
You got nothing to contribute.
Yes. God, you're saying... I don't know if we're going to put that out. That's actually... Probably,
Is it too harsh?
I think it's funny, but what you're saying is and it's douchebags used to be like, hey, bro, fucking, here's my eyes on, my eye rock, or whatever. Oh, fucking chain. Douchebaggery is like people that have no personality or whatever. It's just like my items make me cool or think make me cool, but there's also douchebagettes. I see a lot of women.
Now I want a sandwich.
Oh, you do? Okay. There's a lot of female douchebags, and they're the shallow, and I don't really equate with them. So it's only because I'm on social media I see them.
Yes.
And it's just like, there's no humor here. There's no inner workings of provocative thought.
No.
There's no self-reflection. There's no self-awareness. So that's what you ran into.
Yes.
And I always tell women this, and this is another joke I'm working on. I don't have it yet, where it's like, I'm glad you're pretty and it's working for you, but guess what? Everyone can be pretty now.
Everyone.
We're just building this shit out. Lips are at it, hips are at it, dips are at it. And so you got to have a personality.
Now we got to go back to square one.
Yeah,
bitch.
you got to be a good person.
And there's probably some people listening like, how do I build a personality? First step, read a book. Just read.
You know what? She's a bigger reader than I am. I'm a watcher. But you know what else I would say? Look people in the eye.
Look people in the eye.
And don't be scared to have a conversation and observe. Even if you're an introvert, observe people. What's really going on? Read the room.
Read the room.
Read the room.
Quietly.
Yeah.
Read a book, read the room.
Yeah.
Also, have an original thought.
Mm-hmm.
And the way to have that is to get the F off of social media, but please don't do that without liking and subscribing and sharing this video.